Last week on AEW Dynamite, Mercedes Moné made a successful return to the ring as the wild card in the Owen Hart Women's Tournament, defeating Alex Windsor. She looked great in the ring, while the match left a lot to be desired as far as the pacing goes. Mercedes Moné did make Alex Windsor tap out, allowing her to move on to the semifinals of the tournament, facing Hazuki. If we were to dissect the story of Mercedes Moné from being an international belt collector to where she is now, the idea is for her to go on to the finals of the tournament. I think that would be the best idea, especially having knock off a former competitor who beat Mercedes Moné for one of her titles, that being Alex Windsor in the Rev Pro British Women's World Championship. This is basically Mercedes Moné's tournament to lose, especially with her being the last winner of the Owen Hart Women's Tournament. Now, two routes that AEW can go down is her winning the tournament, either defeating Athena, Sky Blue, or Suri in the finals at Forbidden Door, or in which case her winning would be getting a shot at the AEW Women's World Champion versus Tekla. We can go down that route soon. Or Mercedes Moné goes to the finals and then lose. I think that one would be a more compelling story. Her actually losing all the belts would be far more compelling than having the Tekla versus Moné down the line. Because as we all know, she is still holding on to a definitive title. While she's not defending the title, she is the current holder of the Owen Hart Women's Tournament title that was given. The idea that she has the confidence that she will most likely keep the title for herself at Forbidden Door, defeating any of the next three opponents on the other side of the bracket, does rain a lot of possibilities to the fact that she may end up losing, whether by a definitive pinfall, definitive submission, or by crooked means. We could be seeing Mercedes Moné lose her last title in a depleted collection. Where she goes from there, of course, she will stay heel, but I think we would see a much darker character development in Mercedes Moné, as she could potentially just overhaul the entire women's division in her quest to potentially becoming AEW's Women's World Champion. Now, going back to what happens if she wins, well, then we will see, of course, her being the second best AEW women's competitor on the roster, because as of right now, Tekla is number one. They will eventually do battle, but I don't think that is necessary for right now. We could potentially push that towards the end of the year. Seeing how both of them are heels, Mercedes Moné will have to go face to face Tekla because that's the department that Tekla holds right now. But if they do go down that route with Mercedes Moné winning, this will most likely be a cat and mouse chase because Mercedes Moné doesn't really have the extensive resume in AEW right now to face Tekla. She's got to earn her spot, get wins. The Owen Hart tournament does indeed may give her a future title shot. But in the eyes of Tekla, she will have to earn her shot. So by the end of the year, we will have Mercedes Moné versus Tekla, and then maybe Mercedes Moné captures that elusive AEW World's title that she so desperately wants to add to her belts. But until next time, that's the end of this video.